Welcome to day 5 of the 7 days of Christmas here at LFEC. This is Rudolph. His nose is still red, his scarf is still stripy. And I'm David. A warm welcome to you. Well, here's another Christmas classic joke. I wonder if you've heard this one before.
Question for the young folk who are listening in or watching in. Here it is. What did Mrs. Claus say to Santa Claus when she looked up in the sky?
It looks like reindeer.
Yesterday we were thinking about the King of Kings being born to Mary and Joseph and being placed in a manger, a feeding trough. The King of Kings, but in a feeding trough. Well, we're thinking today about the first visitors. Who's going to visit first? He's the King of Kings. Surely it'll be a Roman governor. Surely it'll be a religious leader. Surely it'll be the King of Israel, Judah. But it's not. There were some people who had a job. They worked night shifts. They looked after dumb animals, sheep. They were rough, tough men who had to live out in the cold, especially at night, looking after their sheep, protecting them from other animals and perhaps even other shepherds and other people who could steal the sheep. These were the roughest, toughest of men. They are so rough that they weren't to be trusted. They couldn't even go to a kind of court and give and tell their story. They weren't trusted. They were known to be thieves and liars. They were shepherds, not like the shepherds we have today. No, these men were rough, tough men. Who were the first people to visit the King of Kings? The angel, and a host of angels, a load of angels, come in the middle of a dark field where there's a load of sheep and a few shepherds, and the angel comes and announces to them that someone who has been born is rather special. He's the Messiah. He's the Christ. His name is Jesus. And if you go to Bethlehem and go to this particular place, you'll find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths. A baby wrapped up to be kept warm. The shepherds, they believe what they're told by the angel. The first thing that happened to them was they were terrified. Tough men, but angels suddenly appear to them in the middle of the night. Of course they're terrified. But that doesn't stop them from going to the King of Kings to worship him. And off they go. They're the first visitors. And they go and worship the baby Jesus. That's a strange thing, isn't it? For grown men, tough men, rough men, in the middle of the night, to leave their sheep where they were and to go off and to worship a newborn baby. That's very odd and very strange. But the baby is the King of Kings. The baby is the Messiah, the Christ. The baby is very different. This is God coming into the world. This is God coming as a baby. And so, of course, the shepherds worship him. Because when God comes, when people meet with God, that's what we should do. The shepherds worship the baby Jesus. Do you worship Jesus Christ? Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter what job you have or not. Doesn't matter what school subjects you love. But God wants you to worship him. Jesus wants you to worship him. Come and worship him today.